Hey everyone, it's Millie the Mermaid and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to give you 10 helpful tips on how to become a Disney Princess Party performer. If you have any questions, just comment down below or DM me on Instagram at Millie the Mermaid. Now, let's dive into this video. Number 1, research Princess Party businesses. As a character performer, I do not currently work for myself, meaning I do not have my own personal Princess Party business. I mean, not yet, at least. Therefore, it is important to make sure that in the city that you live in, you do your research and check out the different Princess Party businesses in your town. This is by going to Google, click on the websites, and email the owners about seeking interest in becoming a Disney performer by auditioning for their business. In this case, I sent an email, and then upon sending emails, I sent headshots, current pictures, resumes, and then I waited up for a follow-up email. And then once you get that follow-up email, you can set up an audition with them. This audition can be virtual or in person, meeting with them. And then after that, you could become an independent contractor and then work for their business. Now, if they don't respond back, then just move on to the next one. And then if you don't get hired by that specific business, always move on to another one. And I'm pretty sure you will be able to find another party business. Second up is character study. What do I mean by character study? This is observing the character in every single detail, by the way they walk, by the way they talk, they sing and dance, their whole mannerisms. It makes a huge difference in a character performance when you are a performer and you can incorporate other side characters from their film, talking about where that character lives, how they grew up, who they talk to on a daily basis at a party, or even really practicing sounding like the character from the film. So for instance, let's look at the way Princess Belle is, the way that she holds her book in her hands close to her heart if you are doing a story time activity with the guests. I'm pretty sure she would love talking about Mrs. Potts. She would love talking about Cogsworth, the Beast, maybe even Gaston even. And think about her mannerisms, the way that she moves her hair out of her face. These are like really subtle moments that you can take away from the film when you're doing your character studies. And the same goes with Ariel, the way that she picks up a fork, or otherwise some of us, we know that she calls it a dingle hopper. Using that terminology instead of a fork when you're Ariel is just as magical as it can be, because it's a telltale sign that any performer who has watched The Little Mermaid has studied how these characters view the world around them. And when they bring that into the parties they attend, the guests will appreciate it even more and is just blown away by your performance. Number 3, voice training. This can be a bit tricky for those who may have a hard time mimicking the exact voice of a character. Make sure to always drink plenty of water and always do your best to listen to the scenes of these films and reenact it at home before performing at the parties. Now, in my opinion, I suggest that you don't really smoke or don't do anything that manipulates your vocal cords, like anything that can strain it. So like for instance, Snow White has a distinctive tone of voice when she speaks. It doesn't sound like Betty Boop, but sometimes I have seen other Snow White performers sound like Betty Boop and it doesn't sound like Snow White. It's very, very, very specific. And practicing with hitting the same pitch or close to it will bring a lot more magic to your performance. And think about different princesses who have a different dialect. Think of Princess Tiana. Having her sultry southern accent really adds to the ambiance of her character and really makes guests feel like they are actually seeing the character in real life from the movie. Also, this is a great time to practice singing. If you sing, that's just an icing on the cake, and practicing singing the main songs from your film in your character, it brings so much joy to everybody in the room. And let me tell you, all of us, we cannot sing. Even if you look like the character and you cannot sing, that's okay too. Sometimes some princess party businesses do not mind if you lip sing along with the songs that are playing at the party, and if you dance as well. This is a great time to practice those extra little skills to help improve your performance. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And now let's continue. Number 4, signing autographs. Some princess party businesses require that you learn how to sign autographs for coloring pages, autograph books, merchandise, you name it. So in order to learn your specific character's autograph, you would be assigned a picture of the signature, and then you would have to learn how to trace it and learn how to memorize your autograph signature for that specific character. But you have to also keep in mind that some characters do wear gloves. So you may want to practice writing your autograph in your gloves if your character wears gloves. We know that Belle, Cinderella, Tiana, they wear gloves. So some characters don't. Ariel, Snow White, they don't wear gloves, so they're practically okay. But you want to make sure you get that autograph down, so that way if one of your guests asks, "Hi, can I have your autograph?" you're able to sign it. Number 5, silhouette. What do I mean by silhouette? This is not to get disrespectful or anything, but most character performances require that you do stay physically fit for the character roles. It's just essential in having the stamina for the whole duration and comfortability of the party. So making sure that you are at a healthy weight at your height and being able to stay exercised will increase the likelihood of being able to maintain consistency when performing in your roles. So be aware that some characters may show a lot of skin. So for instance, Princess Jasmine, she shows a lot more skin compared to the other princesses. She has her stomach and her midriff out along with her arms. So you want to be able to stay in shape as best as you can in order to portray the character in the best way possible. And then also too, sometimes Ariel is in her mermaid form. She has her tail back. She may be showing her midriff as well. So being able to learn how to practice swimming with a mermaid tail would be a part of your training if that party requires that Ariel is in mermaid form for like the summer parties, for instance. Number 6 is piercings. When it comes to piercings, the princesses usually don't have any nose piercings, any belly piercings, if you haven't noticed. So if you do have these piercings, not that it will be a problem, but you'll just have to remove them for the duration of the party or for your costume. You don't want to get injured at a party because you have a nose piercing on or you have a belly piercing. These types of piercings could get caught on objects and it could really hurt, and you just don't want to have those. You just want to prevent potential injuries that may occur when doing a party. Now, it's okay to have earrings pierced, I believe, because a lot of these characters do wear jewelry. So that is just fine. And let's say that you're someone who doesn't have any piercings. Well, just be able to talk to the owner, see if they have some jewelry that is non-piercing related, that are clip-ons instead. That might be a solution to the problem. Number 7, tattoos. Okay, when it comes to tattoos, some princess party performers have them and are able to cover them up depending on the character that they play with body makeup or even skin tights. But let's say if you are playing the role of Princess Tiana or Moana, for instance, it's hard to cover up a back tattoo depending on how big it is, because the dress shows a lot more skin compared to Princess Aurora, for instance, who is usually wearing a long sleeve dress which covers up most of her skin. I don't have tattoos, so I don't have to worry about this as much. But for those of you in the comments who have tattoos, can you share what type of body makeup you can use in order to cover them up if you have them? It would be really helpful. Number 8, nails. When it comes to character performers, nails can be one of those subtle details in making or breaking your performance. Most party owners, I assume, would prefer that your nails don't go no longer than 2 inches because we don't want to have super long Cardi B-like nails, okay? So while we are performing, and as nail color, keeping it a clear nail polish, a small French tip, or nude for your skin color would be the best. which is my suggestion. And then again, if your character wears gloves, you don't have to worry about your nails because they obviously don't show while wearing your gloves. Number 9, attitude. Being a Disney princess character performer is not for everyone. Actually, just performing in general is not for everyone. Having a passion for what you are doing rather than just doing it in terms for money or for clout or whatever other reason that is not in the benefit to serving the youth and inspiring others is not the position I believe that would suit you as far as going out there and being an entertainer. That's why I am so passionate about bringing cartoon characters to life. Think about it this way. For those of you who watched Blue's Clues growing up, there was this character named Steve. He was such an inspiration to me in wanting to become a part of children's television production because he looked like he really enjoyed what he was doing on screen. Even though it was cheesy, it was so entertaining for me, and his animation really brought the audience into loving the Blue's Clues series on Nick Jr. Being animated is definitely a part of this job, and that's what magic really looks like. Number 10, being open-minded. And this is my final tip. What do I mean by open-minded? Not every single party that you will perform for will run smoothly. You just have to be open-minded with how the flow goes, as children do, or like certain activities more than others. So being open-minded into learning more characters as well. If the owner requests for you to do more character studies, you may really love Belle, but the owner may ask if you can learn how to do Snow White. And using and acting like that character might be out of your comfort zone, but I know you can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. And hey, look at what I've been able to do so far. And I'm still going, and you can too. Okay everyone, thank you so much for being here on today's video. I hope these 10 helpful tips in how to become a Disney princess party performer has been helpful. I will swim with you all next time. This is Millie the Mermaid.